All right, good evening, everybody. Really sorry to be playing so late. Had an extra bit of work to do and got it done, so we're starting a bit late today. The little blurb says, in America, backyard gardens serve for rest and recreation. I've kind of lost my place. Lost my mouse. There it is. Alrighty, away we go. Today we're going to head straight into the bunker, and we're going to get it done. Well, we're going to get some of it done. We probably won't get all of it done. I'm still debating as to what I want to do with the garden to go with that. So let's check it out. The student says I really don't dream of a house where I have to sleep on the floor. Do you know what? I've just headed straight into the wrong house. Let's head back to the office. Alrighty, yes, I want to go to the office. I'm a very sad puppy and I got lost. A modern garden loves geometry. Away we go. Sometime today. There we are. Oh my. I missed a bit when I was cladding. That's incredibly bad. Alrighty, now it looks like it has half an eyebrow. We are going in. Alright. I actually got really excited when I bought the bunker and I started on it even though it's my most recent house. So, a modern garden loves geometry. Do you think this program's trying to tell me something? Possibly. Alright. So we're the inside of our bunker no longer looks like that. It is a model of citizenship, no, cleanliness, whatever. We have our bathroom, toilet roll holder, etc. Everything's all installed in here. I don't know if our target buyer is going to actually want to use it upstairs, but he can, because I'm going to assume that before the apocalypse hits, he's going to have a life. There's a few things we want to take downstairs. Oh, and we definitely want to fix this door. So let's fix the door. You know, just because you're preparing for the end of the world does not mean you have to live in squalor. Let's go for a new door. I'm thinking, okay, I was thinking a white door would really suit this place, but you know what, that kind of warms it up. If I can just hold my mouse steady, will be good. Yeah, it'll do. It will do. All right, before I carry these boxes down into my my bunker, let's have a check out and see what we've got. We have a room here. And I'm so completely blind. We have our bunker door. The zombies cannot break their way through there. It opens flush against that wall though, so the only space we've really got here would be space for shelving here and not much else. That's fine. Oh boy, roaches. And you know what? They're really hard to clean up if you don't actually move things from above them. So I guess I'll do that first up. I know, look, if I wanted a job that was roach free and dirt free, and you know, I guess I wouldn't be renovating houses. So it's no point whining about the roaches, seeing as I chose to be here. What I like is the fact these little beggars don't start scurrying under the pile I'm building over here. They just kind of mill about in one spot. It's very nice of them for not making my life any harder than it has to be. Here, roach. All right, it says E to pull out the vacuum cleaner, but I actually prefer to think of this as E for eviction. This is definitely one way to make sure these little guys don't ever come back. Okay, well first you get rid of them and then you give them a reason to not come back. You know, like you take away all their food. Okay. Now speaking of food, I'm actually just gonna, you know what, if I just move the shelf, the pickle jars will fall down all by themselves. So we'll do that. Why isn't that going where I want it to? Because it's in a wall and I'm daft. Let's just square that up. There we go. Yep, the back part of it in the grey. That's not good. So basically what we're going to do is That young chappie in the black mask there, who's looking oh so serious, he's actually the buyer we're going to aim for, because this is one of the smaller bunkers, and it's not as easy as it looks to keep him in that top spot. Once you start putting too many bits in, you're going to get some of those other buyers going, hey, wait a minute, that's not the best place for him, that's the best place for me. So if you're doing your Steam achievements and you would very much like to sell to the nice man in the black mask, you can either just buy it and sell it, which I really advise against because it's much more fun to do it up, or you can buy it, clean it up and sell it, or you can try a few things and just see how far you get with keeping him as your top buyer. So so that's pretty much it. Do you know what? I just looked down at the bottom of my screen there, and apparently House Flipper has just come to the PS4. So if you have a PS4 and you're interested in playing House Flipper, you can go check it out. That was just one of the little Steam announcement doohickeys that pop up every now and then. Alright, how many jars of pickles does one family need? Look at this. Well, at least they'll know where to find them. It's a good start. Oh wait, we have mega jars and we have not so mega jars. Alright, this requires a little bit of obs comping, I think. Alright, we'll put the little jars on the left, a bit like Bonnie gets the pancake. There we go. And we'll put the big jars on the right, and we'll put these little watchmadoobie jars all together. Okay. You know, I have no idea why he would want this many pickles, but seeing as he seems to like them, let's go into supplies, and I hate an odd number, so I know, I just want it to match. There we are. Now I'm happy. Wow, the two bottom guys are pretty happy, but the top guy was not impressed by that move at all. What's he got against food, for heaven's sake? Alrighty. Now, one of the quickest ways to do this is literally to sell all the food and then buy it all again, which you could do if you didn't want to maximize your profit straight up, and it does make the job go a bit quicker. I'm just seeing what it's like to do it this way. Normally I just can't be bothered doing all of this, and I sell it and I then stack it straight out of the buying section, but today we're doing it this way. C for crouch. Love that. That's just an awesome one. I might as well just duck walk into here and grab these and duck walk back. Maybe I didn't duck walk, maybe I stood up again. Alrighty. This also, by putting it together, you can see how much you've got. So it's good. Soup. Ow. We might just pop the soup there. I might grab another couple of bottles of soup. Jar of soup. Actually, it boggles my mind. These things I don't think are going to be really fresh after a while. See, you'll notice that the guys at the bottom are really pleased to see you adding more supplies, but the guy at the top, he's just like, what are you doing? We're a minimalist here. We'll forage for our own food. Okay. Fine. What's that? Well, that's just annoying, isn't it? Let's pop this up here. I know I'm going to have to go add another one, but that's okay. We'll do that in a tick. So what I'm kind of thinking is that I need to just get this food rack out of here. Pretty sure the zombies don't like canned goods, so it could probably go in the atrium on the other side of the strong door. But I'm lazy and I want to keep things close. Oh man, I bought a jar of pickles and I didn't need to. No, there we go. So we are just doing the thing with the thing. There we are. Alrighty. Grab this one, wander this way. Oops. Try not to put the can in the thing. There we are. This way they can do a stock take at a glance too. And away we go. Pretty sure I won't have to overrun on these ones. Meatballs. I don't even want to know how long these meatballs have been sitting in the bottom of this thing, but the guys seem to think it's okay. So I guess I'll stack it up and they can decide whether or not they want to keep it. Of course, I'm actually going to add some new stock in here and they can work out which one's new and which one's old, but that's, you know, par for the course. What's that one? That looks like beans. I don't think there's a lot of those around. Oh, yay, we're nearly done. Pop this over here. Oops. Okay, we might not be nearly done. We'll find out in a minute. I can sew too fit. Oops. I don't think I've been this disoriented in a house for a while, actually. I keep going out the wrong door. All right, we'll just get that one up and the next one. There's always one, isn't there? Always one. We'll pop it up there. Oops, maybe there. There we go. Peanut butter. What is it with these guys and peanut butter? All right. Well, as I keep reminding, it's the vanishing peanut butter. Where did that go? It's the invisible jar. Awesome. I might screenshot that. That's possibly one to go into the I think I have a bug file. All right. What else have we got? To be honest, this game does not have a lot of bugs. Well, okay, this game has not had a lot of bugs for me. I have heard some people have had trouble, but even when I was running it on a not quite so able computer, it I think the worst thing I had was really glitchy window cleaning, and then the guys tweaked the window cleaning, and that got sweet as well. So pretty good. Let's just grab that. Oops, and I'm lost again. I don't know, the amount of times I get lost in this game, it's incredible. Not as many as the amount of times I got lost in Porsche. I think it's just part of the learning curve, how to get unlost. Alright, so to turn them and get them to sit square, all I'm doing is hitting that shift button at the same time as I turn the mouse wheel. I'm playing this on key, so on keyboard and on keys, gosh. On keyboard and mouse. So where I'm going to have to stand on something. Give me a minute. That looks pretty good. We'll stand on that. So one of the things I've discovered is you can't use the shelves if you can't see on them. So basically I'm just going to hop up. Oh man, you mean I've got to stand up taller? Okay. So as long as you can look down on the shelf, you can stack things on it. And sometimes you just need a bit of a boost. So whether it's standing on a paint can or a jar of peanuts and then climbing up the racking to get where you need to go, if you can. Oops, no, now I'm having trouble doing it. Where's my jar of whatever? There it is. What, you mean I'm going to have to get another jar of whatever? All right, fine. Give me that. I could probably make my life easier by grabbing a stepladder. I'm being really lazy and thus expending more effort than I need to. jump, jump. All right, I'm getting a stepladder. Fine, I can take a hint when something's not going to work. Usually you have to use a hammer, but today, maybe not. Let's grab a stepladder. So the general rule of thumb is, if you can look down on the shelf, you can put things on it. And I'm relatively new to that. I'll just stick that over there for a minute. Put my jar of whatever it is back on the shelf. I'm not going to ask what is in there. I think it's peanuts, but I'm not going to push my luck. Here we go. We'll grab this, toddle it over here, climb up. Right, so basically, if you can see the top of the shelf and get the right angle for your pointer, you can stick things on it. You can also get stuck in your bunker, but that's beside the point. Grab that, toddle on. Now this actually becomes a lot easier if you just grab the what do you call it? Find your supplies, work out what you're missing, or not. You just might want to grab some extras. And so, for instance, if I wanted to lay another couple of bundles of mac down, I could just. It gets much easier when you don't have to run up and down the ladder. Alrighty, and now I've got to get off the ladder. There we go. Worst case scenario, you can just sell that thing out from under you. Will I need it again? I don't know if I want to. Yeah, no, you know what? I'm going to play chicken with the ladder. Here we go. Okay, we'll grab that. We will put it back on the shelf. We'll hit C for crouch. No, we were crouching. Oh, well, that probably explains some of the trouble I was having. All right. So if you have a look, you've got the family guy, which is the dude with the beard. I find him the easiest to sell these things to, by the way. And the lady with the desire to have a Mr. Prepper, you find that they're some of the easiest people to sell to. The guy at the top I found the hardest, but he's about to become a lot happier, so I'm going to give him a weapon. I tend to notice he gets quite pleased when you give him a weapon. He also likes having first aid kits, so we'll add a couple of those in for him. Probably under equipment. There we go. So we'll grab a first aid kit and we'll put that down. Shift and turn. Might give him 2 just because we can. See, now everyone in that corner is happy with their first aid kit. 1 was good, maybe 2 is better. Let's just see how they go with that. Nope, so they don't mind something in case they get hurt. They just don't like being reminded that they might get really hurt. Right. So I guess a shovel. Because, I mean, what are you going to do with the zombie after you put it in the ground, after you stop it chasing you? You're going to have to bury that sucker. Speaking of zombies, okay, a spoon of survival. I don't know how many of you watch Monty Python, but, you know, where he uses a spoon because it will hurt more, not because it's actually efficient. Alrighty. Okay, so if you have a look over there at our clients, we've got 2 who are really happy to have a weapon and 1 who is really sad. So note, if you want to sell something to the woman client, don't put a weapon in the house. And I've just added a second weapon, and Mr. I have a gas mask is quite pleased about that too. So let's give him an alternate just in case he can't find any M16 cartridges or whatnot. We'll give him a couple of shotguns as well. They're pretty good for hunting bunnies with, so that'll help him survive if he runs out of food. And if, of course, you're hunting, you're going to need one of these because it's pretty hard to get the rabbit skin off without, you know, just your fingers. So we'll give him a couple of those in case he can't find something to sharpen them with. What else does he need? Okay, he needs a spoon, but not for a weapon. He needs a spoon simply because eating stuff out of a can with your fingers can lead you to getting your fingers sliced and needing that first aid kit more than you really want to. Rightio, I think we've dealt with these. Sidearm is really more for personal protection. We can pretend he's going to live in a nice world where people aren't going to invade his bunker. Right. Now, turbine power generator. You're going to need one of these, I guess, if you don't want to be living in the dark. I just want to find a nice corner to pop that in. Now, the guy at the top isn't impressed by having his own generator. That's too bad. We're going to also see if he wants to have some fuel to feed the generator. I'm pretty sure it doesn't run on gas. Let's go to containers. Alright, I'm guessing that he's going to need a couple of those. So we'll give him a couple of jerry cans. Probably shouldn't store his fuel right next to his thing. But you know what? He's not that smart, so we'll give him that anyway. If he doesn't like where it is, I'm thinking he can always move it to somewhere more convenient. So we'll give them 4 of these. Alrighty, we're good with that. Now, I really hate leaving it this bare, to be honest. But anyway, we are going to go, and I've got a couple of packages upstairs. We've got some emergency food. I really like that plastic barrel. I don't remember seeing that before. Oh, that is a big barrel. It's a big water barrel. Okay, so all of the clients like the big water barrel. Cool. Okay, well that's a surprise. See this, I really don't remember seeing this before. All right, what else have we got in here? So water barrels are good. Packages. I don't know. Packages, boxes, emergency food supplies. I think I've got enough water containers. I reckon I'm going to need some shelving though. Steel garage shelves seem to be pretty good. So if we're building for this guy with the mask, actually that reminds me, I haven't chucked any gas masks in and he's probably going to need them. We don't do a lot of furniture for him because he's a bit of a minimalist. Although I'm probably going to give him a bunk and I don't care what he says because even he's going to need to sleep whether or not he knows it. Which means I've put those water barrels in a really bad spot. Yep, I know where they can go. Alright, one can go there. And I guess we will put the others here. And actually I might move that generator because who wants to have a generator in the area they're going to sleep in? That thing is going to reverberate against those walls like nobody's business and deafen the daylights out of you. So we'll pop those over there. Oops, I've lost myself again. Right, grab this. I think it's going to fit better out in this area anyway. And it's going to create heat though, so alright, let's pop it over here. Maybe not quite near the ladder. And maybe not where we expect to have water flowing. Yeah, this is a lousy spot for it. Oh, alright. Down there. Which does of course mean we need to move all of these. So we're going to pop these over here. Stuck them in the corner. The interesting thing is going to be when I put down, well, I've got a paint in here and I have to do the floors, and I probably should have done that before I stuck all the food in, but you know how it is, priorities. I mean, if you're going to be stuck down underground in the middle of a crisis, you really don't want to be surrounded by grey stone walls and grey floors, because it's a bit like being incarcerated in a prison from which you're never going to escape. And no one wants to be having thoughts like that when the world's going all to pieces around them. Okay. Alright, so we've got our extra food racks, which we'll fill in a minute. I was just thinking we might go for a very minimalist. In the survival only, they have bunks. So we might go for a very minimalist bunk bed thing. We might stick it pretty much here. Now you'll notice, that the two bottom guys really like that. So alright, let's get rid of that. We're actually trying to, like I said, we're trying to sell to the guy in the mask. I wonder if there's a sleeping bag. That's what this needs, a sleeping bag. Because then you wouldn't have a bed, but you would still have somewhere to sleep. Because even Mr. Tough Guy over there is going to have to doze off occasionally. Very tempted to give him a pine box and a skeleton just to make a point, but maybe that won't go down very well. Okay. Supplies. Alright, back to supplies. Let's go with the food, because at least I know he likes that. I have a horrible feeling that the minute I put in a bathroom, I'm going to lose him again. Because he's the one in the comments that says, even a toilet is too much. Alright, these are supply boxes. That'll keep them kind of happy. And then I guess for decor we'll go for the next box up, which is this one. Ooh, I wonder what's in here. It's kind of like Christmas, but for grown-ups. Look at that. A practical Christmas. There you go. Okay, what else have we got in here? Probably don't want anything really heavy any higher up. Alright, we have done the food thing, we have done the water thing. So yes, this is just a very basic bunker with almost nothing in it. I'm going to rebel in a minute and pull it all out and do something actually nice, but I'll see if I can handle it this way first. Alright. He doesn't get too enthusiastic. Let's just have a look at this bathroom area. We're going to have a bit of fun with this one. Alright. So what happens the second you put a shower in here? And we'll make it a basic shower because that way I can open the doors to tile the walls. Hang on a minute. Okay, so at 0 hour, even a toilet seat will be an unnecessary luxury, says our masked man. So he really hates any accessories in his bunker. Guess what? He's going to be sadly disappointed, and he's probably not going to end up being my buyer now. But first we're going to put some gas masks in. I can't remember seeing them. Where'd they go? Equipment, no. Protection. Supplies. Alright guys, what have you done with the gas masks? Weapons? No. Occasional. I know, why would I put HGTV in a bunker? I'm pretty sure there'd be a reason. Protection? Haha, protection. Why is that in infinity and not in... That's okay, I don't mind, we found it, which is all that matters. Let's buy a couple because he's bound to need a spare. We do shift and turn and then just bring it to the front and it'll be fine. Okay, so I can put a shower in and be forgiven as long as I provide enough gas masks. Excellent. That's all I wanted to know. So we'll grab that, we'll buy many. If you can put these boots on a shelf. Let's jump up on the generator. Nope, you can't put the boots on a shelf. Alright, so we'll put a pair of boots here because you never know when you're going to need them. And we'll put a pair over here and hope that they don't melt. And what else have we got in here? A sewer and a hat. I wonder if he likes hats. Let's find out. Alrighty. Pop that there. Nope, no one's impressed by the hats. Fine. Spoil sports. Alrighty, so now that I know I can put a shower in here, let's see how far we can push this bathroom and still retain the guy with the mask at the very top. Because I know he's all gung-ho now, but I tell you what, a couple of months of living in a survival situation, that man's going to kill for a shower. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Even if he only wants a shower from the point of view that you're less noticeable if you don't smell. If you've got BO that makes someone's eyes water, they're going to smell you coming and then you're in trouble. And the deer will really notice you. So I don't think he's thought this no bathroom thing through. Oh, right. And he might be a tough guy, but he won't like getting sick. Okay, let's go for this. What do we got? We've got a bathroom thing. Let's make it simple to not risk him running away again. The problem is I think we're going to lose him the minute I add this in. Let's find out. Wow, that sink is a long way up, isn't it? Nope, I didn't lose him. Good. It's a nice start. E to assemble. So yeah, so one of the things with this game is you can just flip the house for whoever you want or whoever buys it at the end when you're done. Make it as pretty as you like and add anything in that you like. Or you can decide that you want to go for a particular client and then try and work out how to keep that client at the top of the buyer's chart, because he has to be at the top when you're selling so that you can sell it to him. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want a mirror, but do you know what? If you're trying to dig things out of your skin, you know, a mirror is helpful. Especially if you've, you know, run into a rose bush or a shed or someone else's fist and you want to clean up your face. You're just going to kind of want to be able to see what you're doing. Alright, and a toilet. Because seriously, your house is a lot harder to find if they can't smell where it is. Alright, I've got a price rise from the two bottom buyers, which is good. What we're hoping is for a price rise from the top. Yeah, not going to happen because I gave him something he didn't want, but too bad. It's all for your own good. I know, right? There we go. Okay, so all I need to do is tile and paint that one. I'm still trying to work out how to get away with a bunk or a bed or something, and I might try one over there. If I can't get away with double bunks, maybe I can get away with a single bed, a really single plain bed. I don't know, let's try it and see. I'm probably going to lose it, but we'll see. We'll go for a solid bed, that way it won't collapse. At the end of a long day, we'll just buy the one, flip it. Oh, seriously. This guy has a really, really bad problem with, you know, looking after himself. Okay. Alright, so I either have to not put a bed in or work out what else I can put in to make him still stay at the top with the bed in. He's a really tricky customer. Alright, well, while I'm thinking about that, let's just see if we can get something done about this, the inside of this thing. We're going to go with some light colours because the space is small and dark. And while the Mr. Tough Guy dude probably doesn't care about that, it might bring up the price for some of the other buyers. So we'll give that a shot. And by bring up the price for the other buyers, I mean bring it up but not have them overtake him. So this is probably a 4-tile bathroom. 4-tile pile bathroom. I know. I said this, just because you're living at the end of the world does not mean you have to live in a dungeon. I'm not going to go so far as to put unicorns and sparkles up, but you know, you can have a little bit of warmth. And if you keep your environment clean, you're less likely to get sick, which means your survival rate is higher. Because I'm thinking you could be found with the smell of soap just as easily as the smell of not being clean, but I'm trying hard not to think of that. There we go. And secondly, the neighbours will ask less questions about your basement if it looks, you know, like it's not going to be a fortress. Although the AKs on the wall might give that away. Was it the MP4s? I forget. There was something. You know what else is missing from this DLC? Ammo boxes. We give these people weapons, but we don't actually give them anything to put in it. It's like, oops, sorry, minor oversight. You're just going to have to go find that. I know, right? I'm taking this game far too seriously. Okay. I know, I won't change the fallout door. I was thinking of it. We probably need to put a cabinet in here, just for a bit of storage. Let's see if I can retain my buyers if I do that. Or I could put one of those big racks in here and that could just be it. But let's check it out. Equipment, supplies, protection, any furniture under infinity. It probably doesn't need a linen closet. Alright, no, I will. I'll succumb to the steel shop in the bathroom. Oh, or maybe not. It doesn't fit. Cool. I get to choose a cupboard. With drawers. Probably not too expensive. The double won't fit. The single probably will. What is that? No, wood rots. Actually, it's all wood. There goes my theory. Let's try one of these, I guess. One of those. Is that metal? Oh, that's wenge. Oh, there goes that idea. Oops, I only need one. Oh, really? He's driving me crazy because I can't actually do anything really practical. Fine, I'm going to sulk and put in some floor. You know, something. We're going to go for tiles. If I was having a really, really grouchy moment, I might give him carpet and he could just cope with it. But maybe not. Alrighty. We might go back with the concretes and greys that we used upstairs, and I might just start at this end. Actually, no, I won't start all the way at this end. I'll start from here. And I'll keep going. And we'll pop that over there. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I didn't put any of that in. Okay, it's the original flooring, but it looks a bit tidier if you scrub it clean. There we go. Alright, let's grab that corner. Oh yeah. As long as you can touch the corner of the that you want to fill to, you'll get to put your tiles down. There we go. So, oh that's right, the spot that I missed was upstairs. And it was, where was it? I didn't miss it? Oh, okay, no, I didn't miss it because it's not a tileable area. Okay, let's just jump down here. Right, we will paint in here. That sounds like a plan. We're going to use mold resistant paint of some kind just to keep the mold down. That way you don't get sick. We could go with the silver glacier we used upstairs. We could go with a straight white. I've given him a grey floor and I don't really want to change the colours on that. So then again, that's right, I'm trying to keep this a basic job and I'm having a really hard time because all I want to do is actually make it practical. And I can't because the client I'm aiming at is really uncooperative. And yeah. I know right now anyone that comes in is going to know someone lives here. That's too bad. It's tidy and it's clean. The good thing about doing these is basically now I don't have to reach under the stairwell and to paint the wall under the stairwell. As long as I can get to the top part of the paint. So if you have a look down in here, you'll see that the bits that I've painted from upstairs have extended down. So now you don't have to worry about how you're going to get under the stairs to paint under the stairs, because each strip of wall will go under the stairs. So that's kind of helps. You can also create color zones in here if you wanted to, so you could actually have coming to this point a certain color and then change it for the top. I'm just going with the same color scheme from the top because I'm trying to keep the top buyer without actually just buying and selling the house, but doing a few improvements with it as well. Having said all that about the bed downstairs, I mean, if we put the bed upstairs, you can always bring the couch down, so that'll work. So he's not completely going without a place to rest. The wall is not too high. Also, by painting all the walls, you're increasing your house price, so just got to be done. There we go. Alrighty. So it's a minimal flip. I'm actually very tempted to push and see how far, how many gas masks he actually wants, because I don't think he was quite done with the gas masks before. Alrighty, almost there. And across. Okay, that's this section done. Let's just grab that paint tin and head this way. See all those down arrows? That would be because the paint tin became empty and is now classified as rubbish. So we'll deal with that in just a tick. Yep. Now everyone's happy again. Fussy beggars. No, don't put a bed in there. I hate beds. Wait, that's an empty paint tin? Oh my god. It's like, make up your mind, guys. Can use an empty paint tin for all sorts of things. Alright, so again we're using light colours. If I painted this in dark grey, it would be really, really oppressive and the space would just close in on you. So, although we don't have a happy rainbows and fairies character that we're painting it for, it still needs to be a little bit light, so he doesn't get all closed in and oppressed, even if he doesn't realise it yet. Okay, occasionally you'll get a wall that you can't reach. In this case you can either pull all the jars off or grab a jar and stand on it so that you can reach above the jars. But yeah, that's the lazy man's way of doing it. Alrighty, that's done. Let's just give this thing a quick paint. Maybe not that quick. There we go. We do want the paint on the wall. That would help. Alrighty. I'm debating as to whether or not I can get a lot of, what do you call it? A lot of supplies in, or whether or not Mr. Grouchy Pants in the top there will decide that not only does he not need a bed to sleep in, but he doesn't need food, like a large supply of food or water either. So I'm going to play with that in just a tick and see what he thinks about having, you know, food supplies on hand. Having convinced him that the bathroom is a good idea, but not quite having convinced him that the bed is a good idea. Also, if I increase his happiness, I might be able to get away with putting a bunk bed in. So we'll find that out in a minute. He's going to need a prep table too for when he's hunting. So I don't know if I can convince him that that's a good idea, but we'll work on it. Let's see how we go. So yeah, the very first time, seriously guys, the very first time I did one of these flips, I went all out. We had bunk beds and we had a kitchen and we had everything, and I actually found it really hard to sell to this guy at the top. So that's why I'm just seeing what it takes to sell to him but still get a semi-decent living space at the same time. Because he seems hell-bent on not having a decent living space, and I'm really not sure why he would do that, unless he's got another place set up where he can sleep. There we go. Even a coat of paint in here makes it look 100 times better. So we're not going for magazine house of the month, which is probably a good thing because we'd never get it. We're just going for practical survival space that what's his face? Actually, I haven't really looked at his name. Does he have a name? The Nameless Masked Man. LoneWolf037. There you go. We're flipping for LoneWolf037. And we're doing a flip even though he's actually the top buyer for this house from the word go. So we're going to try and see how much of a flip we can get away with before we lose him completely. So for instance, some of the buyers in the other houses, if you add bookshelves in different rooms, react to them like they're the first time they've seen. So I might actually try putting some weapons at this end of the place and maybe another steel shelf with gas masks and medical equipment. I mean, there's two reasons. First, because that way you don't have to get all the way to the other end of the bunker if you barely made it to this end. That kind of helps. But secondly, because you don't lose all your supplies because you don't have them all in one space. So if the space gets compromised, it doesn't matter, you can just block it off. You'll lose some, but you won't lose everything. There we go. Alrighty, do I need that paint anymore? No, I do not. Let's get rid of that. So, LoneWolf037 is our target client. We've given him, managed to convince him to have a basic bathroom. Look, it's a happy bathroom. Actually, he's going to need toilet paper in here. I wonder if I can get away with putting an up shelf in, just to get the toilet paper somewhere to go. Let's try that. Hanging shelf up. Go for a plain white. I could do butter yellow, but let's do white. Just somehow looks cleaner. Put one in, and then I'm going to see if I can get away with two. Oh, seriously, I can't even get away with one? Man, that's annoying. Okay, no shelf for you then. He will just have to keep his toilet paper out here, along with everything else. All right. What do we count that as? Let's look for it. It's probably just in the bathroom. No, it's under equipment. Alrighty. Now, you can't stack toilet paper rolls on each other and make pyramids. I know because I tried. I know, pretty sad. We are going to stand on this box though. There we go. Now our life is easier. How much toilet paper does one man need? Well, that all depends on how long he plans to survive without going to the shops. So I'm saying he probably needs a whole shelf. He probably will actually need more, but this, he can start with this, right? Man, there goes my toilet roll stacking license. What do I call that? I call it avant-garde. There you go. All right. That's an ominous layer of toilet paper. We have... So you know what? That means I am going to put some water containers back in here. So we'll go back with our containers. We'll grab these big ones and we'll pop them in. If he loses that front section, he's going to lose his generator. Everyone's happy with the water. My gosh. Wait. Oh, seriously? Nope, no more water for you. Okay. Alright, I think they need a couple of weapons in here. It's actually really frustrating to try and be flipping for one person and you keep putting something in that they're probably going to need and then they're like, oh wait, suddenly I'm not happy with you anymore. And you're like, seriously, dude. Alright, we'll just give him one of each in here. He can just cope with, you know, having to think about which weapon he's going to use today. There you go. No, no one was impressed by that. Fine. But you're all going to have another first aid box because you kind of need that. Oh wait, that was... There we go. Protective clothing is hiding in here. There we are. Shift. Roll your mouse wheel. Just slide that forward until you can get a bar of green. We'll do 2. Alright, so I think we've probably reached Lone Wolf's requirement for weapons and gas masks. I'm not sure how we manage that because he should be a ton more paranoid than he is. Let's grab him another couple of boots. We'll just stick those in the corner. Okay, so basically if his outer section is compromised, he still has this one. All right, and then we'll give him, I don't know, first aid kit again. Seeing as they won't let me build kitchens without someone else buying it, grab some of those. Stick them up here. This is where it's actually easier to just stand on a box. There we go. And we'll put the box back in the shelf. To be honest, I don't think I'm going to get much more out of it for this guy. I mean, there's a lot more I could do with it. I'm like, I really wish I could, but my goal for this place was to sell it to LoneWolf037. So that objective has been achieved. I still want to put a bed in, but I don't think that objective is going to happen. And any more water and I lose it to the other guy. That's kind of frustrating. Let's see how we go if we add some more food. So, supplies. All right, we'll start with the organic. I'm not going to ask what it is, food. Yeah, so if you have a look, even adding that one can in, we haven't got any more cooperation from Lone Wolf. All right, let's give him some variety. Fish, I guess. Oh. Okay, so there is a limit as to how much food you can add before Lone Wolf stops being your top customer. Excellent, so that's your limit. So there's no real point putting any more shelving in or weapons because that doesn't increase his sales price. He's got fuel and jerry cans and water. All right. So the only other thing we can do really, I feel really frustrated because I can't do anything more with this space without losing the buyer that I'm aiming at. All right, well, he has space to bring his couch downstairs. So, actually, that's interesting. Couch. I wonder if I can convince him that a couch is a good idea. All right, these things count as beds. So, why don't I see if I can get him to accept a it's too clinical. All right, we'll go with this. All right, let's see if I can keep him even. This isn't really a bed, but we'll see. Oh. Nope, you can't add a shelf or a bed or a couch. We really need a sleeping bag option. Okay, what else can we do? And we can't add a cabinet. So the only options for storage for this guy are these shelves. So that should keep him busy. All right. I think I need to start on the garden, but basically if I was to sell this now, I could successfully sell it to LoneWolf037. We'll just open the hatch. So what I'm wondering is what sort of gardens you can get for these guys, and I'm thinking it's probably just the same old thing. All right, you know what? I may just mow all of these. Normally I run around and just get rid of them all by hand, but I'm thinking that it's like a monument or something in the middle of the garden. So basically the idea here would be is if you're going to have a grr, that's a mole. You know, technically, if he's a survivalist, we should leave the mole there as a source of protein. But I don't think he'd appreciate that in this game. You might lose points. So, all right, we are going to get rid of the mole. Here I am merrily getting rid of the weeds while I waffle. That's right. Pick up the shovel. Oh my. Go away. Oh, there he goes. Looks like the mole has headed for the bunker. And who can blame him, the poor little fella. Chased by a mean builder with a shovel. See, I can be light-hearted about moles. We don't have them in Australia. We have rabbits. Cockatoos. Snakes. I tell you what, I would not be roaming about this garden without mowing it first. Alright, we have gotten rid of the molehills. And the reason for that is because this grass is really long. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take out all of these. We're going to leave the tall tree things in because they're kind of useful. And we're going to give a semi-decent survivalist's garden so that they've got some kind of food source if things should go all to garbage. But we probably won't do the garden tonight. I think we'll just set it up and have a look at what spaces we've got. I'm still pretty annoyed that I can't do a decent bunker. I might try putting an oven in just to see if I'm a tough survivalist understands the need to cook. So let's actually give that a shot, or see if that puts us. No, I want to go down the ladder. Ah, okay. No, that's not good. Down the ladder. Okay. Sometimes you get stuck on the ladders. In this case, yeah. All right. So if you're on the ladder, turn into a wall, walk into the wall, and then walk away. Otherwise, you'll be stuck going back up the ladder for ages, and it's really frustrating. Okay. Well, seeing as Mr. I'm a Survivalist won't have a bed or a chair or a couch or anything, let's see if the man believes in kitchens. I'm not liking my chances, but hey, we'll try. All right, here's an electric cooker. I would rather a gas cooker, but I don't have that as an option. So what do you think of that, Mr. Survival Dude? Well, he didn't say no. All right. Kitchens tend to not be recognised until you've got a sink in there, so we'll grab a sink and we'll see how that goes. You know what, I'm not liking this grey option. Let's just go with the whole white option and we'll see how we go. All right, now the minute I put this in, something's going to happen, so... Oh. You know I'm not going to live here. Man, he has to be the most frustrating client in the world. Okay, where can my wife cook? Mate, what are you going to do if your wife gets sick? You're going to need to know how to cook. Alrighty, let's try furniture. Let's try simple table. I'm just trying to see if I can get some kind of furnishing in here that will make sense. And still retain LoneWolf037 as a buyer. Alright, so pretty much I can get away with an oven. And I guess seeing as I'm pretending it's a gas oven and not an electrical oven, let's try for a gas bottle, which I haven't quite worked out where it finds in supplies. Okay. Because you always want something that's likely to explode where you're going to live, right? No, they're quite content to have a few of these. I don't think I can get away with putting a kitchen like bench in that I can put a stovetop on. Let's see if we can do that anyway. So we'll go kitchen. And we're in the cabinet area. We'll do the thing with the drawer. We'll make it all white. White, thank you. This is so not going to work. Give it a shot. Yep, okay. So, all right, well, I've managed to convince him that he needs to cook his food before he tries to eat it. I've managed to convince him that he needs a duck-in with a bathroom. He's gotten water and he's gotten food and he's got a generator. Okay, so I guess that's the best we can hope for LoneWolf037. Let's head up on out the ladder. Now, if he's not going to live here, I'm not quite sure what use he's got for a garden. But you know what? Let's give him one anyway. Because at the very least, what a garden will do is increase the value of the house. So let's see how much value we can add to it. We'll just grab that mower, pop it down. Alright, WASD keys to drive it and the left mouse button down to mow. Let's just bring that back. Man. Okay, and we're going to drift it down the fence. We will go around with a whipper snipper, that'll make our life a bit easier. And man, I don't normally make an episode this long. So yeah. Alright. Okay, so what I think is if we're selling to LoneWolf037 without actually, just buying the house with him at the top and then selling it without doing anything. Because basically what I wanted to do was renovate and just see how far I could push the renovation with that particular buyer. And as it turns out, it's not that far at all. You can convince him to have a bathroom and that's about it. The minute you put a bunk in, even without the bathroom, he's out of there. So it's a bit like Giorgio Shanwa and the kitchen. If you add a kitchen to a house, Giorgio Shanwa is just like completely, no man, I don't want the kitchen, it's scary. So yeah, so you don't do that to poor Giorgio if you want to sell him a place. No scaring him with the kitchen. Alrighty. So what I might do is just get this mowing done. We are going to put in probably a quick and dirty vegetable patch out the back. This will be next session. And I'm going to put down some fruit and berry bushes and probably an entire orchard of fruit trees. I'm trying to remember what the requirements are for a, off the top of my head, for a, what do they call it? It's the one with the veggie patch. I've just got to remember the name the term that they use for it. It's not practical. It's it's not industrial. Man, I'm driving like a drunken monkey. It's insane. All right, let's try this thing again. Go this way. Go this way. Go this way. Go this way. Yeah. So we will at least get a an organic kind of garden patch out of here. But not, like I said, not tonight. It's getting close to midnight for me, so I get up and write 6,000 words tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to it. This mowing would go quicker if I could mow in a straight line. That's right, you should see me trying to drive a car in Car Mechanic Simulator. It's about as tidy as this, but with a lot more crunches. They have barricades on those racetracks, it's insane. Though maybe they're not barricades, they're probably just somewhere I'm not meant to drive. Oh, I tell you what, I think I need a barricade in this garden. Here we go. Okay, so plan for the garden. After I mow it, I think that's probably where I'll end it tonight. But having a look around at what we're doing, I think we're going to do, oops, a bit of a forest of fruit trees, a bit of a garden shed, probably the ubiquitous pumpkin patch, and various other veggie patches, and berry bushes and flowers around the trees, because flowers can be herbs and herbs have medicinal purposes, and also they're companion plants which make your berry plants grow better, so that will work. That's the kind of garden we'll kind of put in here. But yeah, looks like I forgot to sell a few bushes, and they're making my life awkward, but that's okay. There was a time when you could kind of angle the mower and just drift it along the edge of the house and get a fairly good straight cut along those edges, but apparently not right now. Or that could just be the way I'm driving the mower. That's probably more like it. Alrighty. There we go. So used to being able to steer with the mouse that so I don't play a lot of games where you're actually using the WASD keys for more than moving forward. And most of the games you've got directional control with the mouse, but that's not the case with the mower. You've actually got to use the WASD keys for your directional control as well. So it's not something I'm used to. There we go. Nearly there. So this is pretty much garden flipping for the bunker. Like I said, we'll do a survivalist garden, and that'll be that. I'd like to say it'll take just one session, but it's probably going to take between 2 and 3. Even if I don't get complex with it. So there'll be no garden paths, but we'll see. Though if we give him a nice garden, perhaps his neighbours will just think that he's you know, a mad keen gardener and not someone prepping for the end of the world, which might give him some privacy. There we go. Alright. Okay, so next session I'm probably going to whippersnip around the edges just to get rid of the last bits of grass. Sell those trees because we don't need them. Put in a little berry bush patch here and lining the driveway. And that'll be that. Okay, that bit done, and that bit done, all of that. That mole is not going to come back forever. Okay, let's get that there. Alright, so this is our bunker so far. Top house, I kept it pretty simple and tidied it up. Rearranged the furniture a little bit, added an extra chair in. Technically our tough guy could sleep on the couch. It's actually now clean enough for him to do that. Downstairs, and I've missed a wall, that's a bit annoying. Downstairs he's got his weapons and he's got his first aid stuff. He's also got his food supplies. If I add any more food supplies than that, then the family guy will jump up to the top of the ranks. Ditto with this. I've managed to sneak a stove in, but I can't get a sink in. I'm thinking he's probably just going to be using this sink in here. The bathroom was a bit dodgy to add in because when I first added it, the guy with the beard wanted to be the owner of the place. But once I added in some gas masks and things, he kind of dropped back. I can't add anything else in there without losing the LoneWolf037 from the top spot. So that's kind of where we're at. Thanks for hanging with me, guys, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Hopefully a lot earlier than now, though. Okay, take care out there, and I'll see you later.